Thunder Strikers. All right, I want to throw together a video here. We got some people that are newer to soccer or haven't played in a while, and we have a lot of U10 7v7 players that are now at U12, 9v9, and so just we've gone over this a little bit in practices, but just a quick visual reference that your child can watch, that you can watch, understand our formation here, and just some of the roles of these positions. I've found that this has helped a lot. Kids like to watch videos, so go ahead and watch this video, and we'll be asking questions during our next practices and scrimmages related to this. We can throw out some candy for rewards, stuff like that. So yeah, let's get to it. So here's our basic formation, 4-3-1. And what that means is we got 4 in the back, right here, 3 in the midfield, and 1 striker. So 4, then 3, then 1. And what this formation allows us to do is build out from the back. I'll be going over that, as well as maintain diamonds, lots of diamond shapes. So we got diamonds everywhere where we could be passing the ball, multiple people involved. There's diamonds within diamonds here. We got all sorts of options to pass and move the ball. So our big concept with this formation is to be moving as a unit, being spread out on offense, and then collapsing in on defense. So let's look at what that looks like. Offense. So offensively, we stay spread out. And just starting from the back, our goalkeeper is going to come out a bit. They are part of this. They're able to kick the ball as a pass back to others out in the field, right? So we don't want to forget about them. We don't want them just standing in goal. Okay, then we have our center backs. So our center backs come up about to half. So in this case, we've moved up to about half here. So those are center backs. Are always staying center. They're not coming to the edges. That's the name center back. So we have our fullbacks then. So here's our 1 fullback here and 1 fullback here. And these guys stay wide on offense. They are always looking to spread the field. They're a great option for when the middle of the field gets congested. If this diamond can't find an opening or this triangle can't find an opening, then we have that wide fullback as an option there. So fullbacks always stay wide. Center midfielder is right in the middle right here. They're staying behind the ball. They're staying central. They're kind of more of a defensive midfielder. So you can see that they're really kind of more part of the center backs, but they're certainly part of the offense. There's scoring opportunities for a central midfielder a lot of times. In this formation, they're going to be a great distributor of the ball, and you'll see that in some of the animations. Our wings, just like in 7v7, they're staying wide. They can't occupy the same space as the fullback, otherwise we lose all the advantage of this formation. So our wings, I always say, stay parallel. They're always parallel with the ball. So we want them kind of working together, and they're usually parallel with the ball. So center midfielder is always behind ball, wings are parallel with the ball, and a striker is always ahead of the ball. So our striker in this formation is staying center. They're looking to be always pushing the field forward. They're looking to kind of push the offsides. I'll go over that in a second too. Spread that offense, be that kind of front person out. They should always be collapsing the net as well on a shot. They should be looking for those rebound opportunities. Their sole purpose is to really be stretching offensive-minded person. So that's what we look at on offense. Let's go to defense then. So defense, we're kind of the opposite. We become like a turtle in its shell. We collapse on in. We want these fullbacks getting all the way back, and they are truly part of the defense. So again, we have that 4 right there, and they are now within the 18-yard boxes, it's called. So they are within this space, except for this guy, he's going on ball, and that's okay. So we want them getting the wide person, but really we are collapsing all in. We're, again, like a turtle going into its shell. We're getting small and compact. Anytime we lose the ball, the first thing we should be thinking about is coming back and getting compact. Everybody's part of the defense, so we're not using the word like, am I part of defense, am I defense, right? We have center backs that, yes, are certainly very defensive minded, but you'll see in the animations, they have a part of our diamonds and our triangles and our attacks. Even our wings, they are part of the defense. We need everybody giving back. Everybody but the striker is basically there, again, just to be pushing that the defense back, helping us be a distant option for a pass. So everyone's part of the defense. We get in, compact, and this shell right here. Okay. So those are the general positions. Let's look at building out from the back. So our whole concept with this formation is we're going to build to break. We don't want to boot. So a lot of times we'll have passes that are just boots. Central midfielder get the ball and just boot it. They'll just kick it in some random spot. They'll go pow way out here where it didn't really help. Might have pushed the other team back a bit, but we're not maintaining control and we don't have a disciplined break. So we can either rely on random kicks and hope that things fall into place, or the concept that we're going to be working on the days, weeks ahead is building to break. So when we build, we do short passes. So here we go. We are doing, from a goal kick here, we are doing short pass to the center back, and you can see how we're all moving as a unit. The center back, the other center back's coming down, center midfielder's coming down. We've used the width, right? So all of these pieces are kind of flowing in a way that is like one unit here. Even our goalkeeper is kind of part of this. We're maintaining those great diamond shapes, those triangles that we had saw before. So we get it to the fullback to the wing. Again, look at those triangles moving. Look how it's all moving as a unit to our striker. Now, obviously, things don't always just move forward. So chances are we get out here. It'd be great if it was just a wide open goal. It's not going to be the case, most likely. We're going to have defenders here. So we had a break. We were out of the defense, but now we need to build again. So we build by passing back, finding an open option, and then there's the break again. Now, one important thing that you saw with that fullback that went all the way up the field. So our fullback are providing width, and you can see at the top of the screen there, they're coming with the play. So they are staying wide the entire way. They know that they have to get back, so that's why this fullback here, seeing that the other one's high, so this fullback here is staying inside, it's staying back, because if we do lose the ball, they know that they're part of the defense. In this case, the fullback up high had an opportunity for a break and took it, and that's great. That's what we want them doing. So one more time through this, we want to be passing to center backs, to fullbacks, wings. We're looking to kind of move our diamond shapes as one. You can see the fullback there created almost a new triangle with that motion that they're doing. So they're coming here, we got a new triangle forming, and that's great. Reading the space, and that just takes time and experience. We'll get there, but generally you see all those diamonds, all those triangles continue to move in the same manner. So that's building out of the back. What we also want to look for is reversing the field. So again, we're building, which means short, controlled, safe passes. Part of that means that you might have to go backwards to reverse the field and find open space. So here we'll play this through, center back again to our open fullback. In this case, the wing probably has somebody on them. They're able to receive this pass. It was a good pass, but they know that they just can't turn and boot it, or they know if they that they don't have options ahead, and that's totally fine. Making the pass backwards, a safe pass backwards, is not moving backwards per se, or not progressing on offense. You're actually pulling in the defense. What's going to happen is if we do pass backwards, these guys will continue, the other defense continue to draw on in. And I'll show you that in the next animation. But for now, play us on through. They pass back, center midfielder, back to center back. See how we're all coming to the other side of the field to an open fullback. And you'll see in the other animation here when we add defense how this really opens up the space. And we have a great 1-2, and then another 1-2. So we fullback to wing, wing back to fullback, and then back. And then we have the pass for the goal there. Okay, so that's what we call switching the field, where we're going from one side of the field to the other. So in this case, we're trying to go up to the right side here. There's nothing there. we see a bunch of defense. We pass, make safe, open passes to the other side, and 9 times out of 10, this side's going to be open for a break then. It's easy on defense to get sucked on in, so to be watching those short passes and to continue to get drawn in, which is going to allow us to create a break. Okay, so speaking of that then, we'll go add defenders here. So here's a very aggressive team, and what this formation is something that is a very common 9v9 formation. So we have 3, 2, and 3 by this other team, and they're being super aggressive. You can see their central midfielders are pushed up, and their front line, their wings and their strikers are basically right along the 18-yard box. And we're going to build out from the back, but we have to make smart, safe, short passes until we find the break. So we're building until we can break. So let's see what this looks like. So we kick, and right away, one thing that we're working on, this central midfielder did not move. They kind of stood there watching the play, and what happened was the striker is now cutting off a pass. So our center back got the ball, and as much as it makes parents nervous, and we always say don't kick it in the middle, as we start to learn to build out from the back, if this center midfielder is open and it's a safe, smart, short pass, then by all means we want to be taking this. That might be a better option than some of these other ones, because this wing's covered, the fullback's covered by the wing, and we can't get to our wing because of that same wing. But in this case, unfortunately, the center midfielder that I was focused on here, they didn't move. They should have been finding open space, and we'll see that in the next animation. You always want to be keeping your formation while finding the open space. So it didn't happen. Now our center back's kind of stuck. This isn't looking good. We got 2 defenders right on them. So what can they do? We shouldn't be afraid to kick it back to the goalkeeper. That's okay. Look what's happened from the starting position, though. These guys, this front 3, used to be here, 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 right? They've gotten sucked in. This is great for us. They're coming in, and we're going to use their pressure against them. So goalkeeper gets the ball, and we're going to reverse the field. We're going to switch the field. Get it back out to a center back, basically just going the opposite way. Look at this. Now we have a break. This is what we call a break. So now we've done one last short, smart pass that is allowing us to get on a break. Now, right now, at this very moment, this fullback could do a break. So a break is a long pass looking to create opportunity. Okay, it's still a smart pass. We always want to be passing with purpose. But now we're on a break. So now we can take those riskier passes. We don't need to be as safe with the ball. We could pass it right back to the midfielder. Maybe these guys are coming in real fast, that defense. We could use that against them. The 2 best plays would be center midfielder. In this case, I'd actually want them just to continue on and see what the defense does. Continue to dribble on through, because we've broken the whole kind of first, almost 2 layers of defense, really. So we had that first layer here, and we're about ready to pass the second layer, which is great. That's what we're looking to do when we're building out. Okay. So moving along now, that the fullback on the other team has a decision to make. Am I going to stay with this wing, with our wing, or am I going to go get this ball because nobody else on my team is? And we will play based off of that, the decision that they make then. So in this case, they decide to go for the ball, which is probably the right move. And then we can pass ahead to our wing and then pass ahead to our striker. So real quick, I'll let you see the striker score. Nice little chip shot in. Okay, just want to quickly go over offsides because it comes into play on this animation nicely here. So offsides, the offensive team could be offsides when they are past the second line of defense, ahead of the second line of defense. So right now, we have our striker is offsides because they are not behind this last defender here. So they are not behind this defender, the second to last defender. The last defender is usually always the goalie. So right now they're offsides. If they're not being passed the ball, it's actually not an issue as long as they know and are aware of that. So right now it's not an issue. They're actually holding this center back from going out and getting the ball, right? They're kind of holding them there because they're watching them. But the striker cannot receive a pass. Basically, the ball cannot be kicked to them when they are in the offside position. So as this ball goes to the wing, you see that this now, our striker has come in and is getting inside of this center back. So they're getting behind that center back. So the moment the ball is kicked, boom, our striker is in line or behind that center back. So now there is no offsides unless there would be another pass, and the same rules would apply. But he's not offside now. It doesn't matter when he receives it. He can receive it past the second last defender. It's when the kick happens. So go back to that key frame right here. So as it's passed to the wing, now, boom, he's right in line, and now we can have a pass. We are onside when that pass happened. So that's offside. We're going to go over one more video here, one more animation, and this is going to be kind of how we build to break. So we're going to be going over kind of a similar scenario here. So to center back, this time our center midfielder did move with the ball, did move to open space, which is great. We want them finding an open space. So now we do have a middle option. We might even have this option, and their pass is going to be right back here, unless they feel they can make a striker, but I think that's too risky. We're not ready to make a risky pass this early. We're not ready for a break. We want to continue to build. So our center midfielder gets the ball, collapses on in, so we look for the next safe pass. Look how our center back is anticipating this diamond shape and getting open to where they can be passed to. Okay. Now the defense continues to get sucked in, right? These guys are getting sucked in, which is great. That's exactly what we want them to do. So our fullback passed to our center back, and our center back's just giving it back to our fullback. But look what's happened. All those guys have come in. Now we have the break pass. Now we have the opportunity to send that ball straight to a wing, and the wing could send it to a striker, or the wing could continue up the field just like in the previous video. Striker stays on side, and we can see how this is going to end. We have our wing kind of breaking on out. They're an option too. Okay, so those are the concepts. Thank you very much for watching this video. And going over the 4-3-1, we'll ask questions during this week. Toss out candy for people that are getting the concepts. We're all here on a journey, right? We're all getting better, so that team formation just is so important at this age. So thanks for watching this. See you out in the field.